Hello, all, welcome back. I've only just worked out I don't need to have my glasses on when I'm doing this because actually I keep going like that and leaning back to look at the screen or look at words or look at an article. So yeah, this song I'm about to look at, which is, and guys, don't kill me for my enunciation or pronunciation. It looks like FAOUZIA. I know a little bit about this because someone told me in the comments. She's of Moroccan Arabic descent, lived in Canada. I've been told she's a stunning talent. I've done a little bit of Google. I know she's worked in her so-called star has been on the rise. Is seen as an incredibly gifted songwriter, talented artist. I know other people have collaborated with her or got her to translate songs so they could release it. Kelly Clarkson did it. So sometimes when I get like that, and you know who you are, somebody on the channel, I have the buy me a coffee. You'll see the insignia on the actual channel page, and that just means if you've particularly liked something, or over the last 5 weeks you've had loads of great views, you can literally buy me a cup of coffee for $2. About 6 people have done it. I never talk about it. It's not a guarantee of anything. I'm not behind a paywall. It's just if you think I've done something good, you can buy me a coffee and I get the email from you and I can email back to you, thank you and everything. But what they said was, look, not request. We know you don't do that, or you can't be bought for a request. But I think you'd like this artist for the following reasons. You know who you are. You know who you are who did this. You specifically said to me, I'd love it if you did it, but don't put my name out there. And I'm not going to. Yeah, and I don't know why that is. I guess some people just like to be joining in the channel and saying, Alan, based on, Lara Fabian, based on Flo, based on lots of artists you've been drawn to and you think they're great, I think you'll like this one. So this is Don't Tell Me I'm Pretty. It's from her channel, so you can see, get yourself subscribed like me. Yeah, I hope the video gets through copyright. If it doesn't, I'll find another way. This is Don't Tell Me I'm Pretty. Never seen this artist. This song's in English, I know that much. So I'm kind of excited to get into this. Yeah. Let's go, guys. No glasses, feeling good. Haha.
I know I'm a handful, I know I'm just too much to handle. I can't seem to let it go. Darling, if I'm mad, you bet you're gonna know. I can't keep it all in, regretful. You got me crying in the shower. Look at the power that you hold me. Stooges and stars.
This is not a pop song. I can tell you that. I don't know her vocal range. This is constrained. This is restrained. I'm looking at the screen and I think Don't Tell Me I'm Pretty seems to be apt. The opening line of the song tells me something. So it's the paradigm, the model of maybe it is about that. But I want to pull that back to the beginning so I can get a feel for the music, get a feel for the opening. And I'll tell you a story about Morocco, one of my favourite places on the planet. Later, stick with me, guys.
I know I'm a handful, I know I'm just too much to handle. I can't seem to let it go. Darling, if I'm mad, you bet you're gonna know. I can't keep it all in, regretful. You got me crying in the shower. Look at the power that you hold me. Stooges and start to cower as the water falls down on the bathroom floor. I'm crying in the shower. Look at the power that you hold. Don't tell me I'm pretty. Don't say that I'm beautiful. I know if you love me, it would never got such an ego. So much pride, it fills the whole cup.
I want to pull that bit. That was a little bit discerning. That was a little bit. That's not poppy. I need to pull that bit. The alternating imagery. That was just blank, expressionless. That was look at me, but there's not. It was void of emotion. Those images. Wow. Let me pull that back. This bit that's coming up. The facial expression are just void. They're in a vacuum.
You got such an ego. So much pride, it fills the whole cup. But when it starts to overflow, I get mad and you say don't go. But I can't stay anymore. Got me crying in the shower. Look at the power that you hold. These stooges to start to cower as the water falls down on the bathroom floor. I'm crying in the shower. Look at the power that you hold. Don't tell me I'm pretty or that I'm beautiful. I know you don't love me. Don't tell me I'm pretty.
Too much going on. I'm visually fascinated. And my auditory senses, my ears are being assaulted by beautiful range of vocals. And the la-di-da, you can hear the Arabic influence, the call to prayer. You'll hear that if you're an Arabic country, and Morocco is Muslim based. But there's so much to talk about Morocco. It's beautiful. But I need to pull it back because she's playing with the camera. She uses the femininity when you'd be in that flirtatious forgive me mood. I'm challenging you, but I'm still beautiful. But don't tell me I'm pretty. Then there's the stone cold or the singular facial expression. Then there's the flirtatious. This is my beauty as a woman, and yeah, she's beautiful, and you can't deny it. But the vocal range, it hits that low and high. I would have to listen to this again because it's not a long song. Too much going on, guys. I need to come back and see this. But what? Let me just pull this back a bit. I've got to pull it back, guys, to see it again. Please stick with me.
Got me crying in the shower. Look at the power that you hold. These stooges to start to cower as the water falls down on the bathroom floor. I'm crying in the shower. Look at the power that you hold. Don't tell me I'm pretty or that I'm beautiful. I know you don't love me. Don't tell me I'm pretty.
Too much. You know who recommended me to come here. This is too much. I can't assess the live vocals, but even if there's been a bit of post-production, the range is beautiful. But when you put the range and the visuals match the tone of the song, and the song itself is that interplay, that the power dynamic between beauty, femininity, whoever's holding the power, could be the music company, could be cultural, saying, just because I'm pretty, look at where I end up because I'm pretty. But I know I'm a handful, that kind of puts you in that relationship context. Or am I a handful because you can't deal with me? I'm not what you expect. Don't try and put me in a box. And I mean that in a analogy, not a metaphor, not in reality. But just the facial expression, the acting on that screen, if you didn't see it, it adds to the song by about 100. The song's beautiful, it's powerful, the vocals are stunning, but that video is eerie. Eerie. I hope it gets through. I want to know more about it, but you know what I'm like, guys, if you've been on the channel, like I did with Ren. I won't start at the beginning. I'll normally go back 8 records ago just so I can get to learn them. But I got asked to look at her, and I thought, when I found out, when I looked at the channel, so much content, I just picked this one randomly. Morocco, for any Moroccan friends that are on here. I went to, in 2017, I wanted to go to Morocco, Marrakesh, Casablanca, or, I chose Agadir, and I've never met, Mexico was close, New Orleans was close, in terms of people that were just such beautiful souls, And there was a couple of bizarre things, like I went up into the mountains, and it was late, so the Moroccan spring, summer is March, April. That's when it's at its green and lush in the mountains, and it's a sight to see when you go up into the mountains, but it's probably got the best Wi-Fi in the world I've ever noticed. Now, you're probably thinking, what a stupid thing to say, Alan. I was in the desert, and the Wi-Fi was perfect. But the people, I booked a taxi for a whole day for $100. And the taxis have these coding system where if they want to work with tourism, they have to go to the tourist board. They have to be pre-approved so that tourists aren't having the liberties taken on them, or at least you can book with confidence. So I booked the taxi driver. I've still got his card. I'm not going to give his name because when I go back, I'll use him. So I gave him this. I think it was about 120 quid. But that was for 8 hours and driving all over. And he says, what do you want to do? So I told him. He said, okay, trust me. And this is the first part. And I'll tell the other part of it another time. So we get in the car. His English is really cool. First of all, he tries to put me in the back. And I said, I want to sit next to you. And he's like, okay. So I'm sat next to him and we're driving. And we pull into like a garage, a filling station, forecourt. And he goes, oh, come in. And we go in the shop and he's chatting away. And we come outside. And he said, no, just bear with me a minute. Stay with me. So next minute, 2 or 3 people come out. And I've got the Moroccan teapot. I'll bring it. Beautiful. I've got this porcelain, and they're pouring this tea from up high, and it's all kind of like normal, but I felt like a special visitor. And there's these big double gates, wooden gates next to the filling station, and then obviously they're mainly using French Moroccan, or whatever it was, Arabic, and they could all come through. And you open this thing, and it was like a soccer stadium of orange field and production and people working, and that was just the first stage. Within an hour, I was getting Moroccan culture, hospitality, and he was kind of showing me really, behind the scenes, everyone's busy and working, but we've still got time for you. And for 10 days when I was in Morocco, and I will tell more when I do see more of this young lady, just exactly how beautiful of a country that is, and the people were stunning. But anyway, I'm not shilling for Morocco. This isn't an advert. I'm just telling you what I experienced. But I could hear it in the call to prayer. That sometimes appears in Romanian music that's influenced. So Manele music in Romania, that's got some Arabic influences because there's a lot there. You'll hear that. But Manele is another style of music for any Romanians. I'd put it on the channel, but you'd all just look at me like I was weird. But Manele is really cool. But anyway, I'm moving on. Guys, I'm sorry I've talked too much. I'm excited today. That was beautiful, so much. I want more. Tell me where to go. Take care, everybody.